It's coming, and it's coming fast.
Talking about AI, I realized like, oh, well, this is a genie that once it's out of the bottle, you're never getting it back in.
Is this the end for musicians?
AI systems will completely dominate music. The idea of an intuitive artist beating an AI system is going to be very, very difficult.
Is it the end of us?
You think we're powerful now, man. You wait till the AI giant starts to stroll around the earth, and that's coming. Like, you will absolutely see that in your lifetime. You'll probably see it in the next 2 or 3 years, because that technology is moving so quickly that even those who are on top of it can't keep up.
How many times have you heard that AI is gonna replace musicians? How many times have you heard that it's gonna change the music industry? And it's gonna steal all our jobs.
They took our jobs! Yeah!
Well, I gotta tell you, I don't see it like that. I'm a geek, right? I like technology. And when I hear about innovation like that, I'm always excited. I'm not one of those alpha males that need to feel wild to feel safe. I very much welcome technology. And I believe that at the point that we are right now in humanity, we need it to actually save ourselves. Because we're not gonna save ourselves by going back into the woods and living in a shed. So when I see a dude in a podcast saying that a robot will replace them, I can't help but find it kind of cute. You know? Yes, we had massive improvement in AI in the last years, but there's still one thing that's kind of missing, and it's that human factor. There's not one piece of music made by AI or even an image or anything like that that actually made me feel something, you know? It's missing the feels. So far, only humans have been able to transmit to me some feels. But that doesn't mean we can't use AI in our favor. And today, we will. Today, we're gonna join forces with AI and finally realize a dream from my childhood. Become RoboCop. Half machine, half human. The best of both worlds. But all jokes aside, seriously, AI is still not quite there for music, like for 100% music creation, but it is a great tool for creativity and for sparking creativity, for songwriting especially. So today we're gonna collaborate with the big dog, the biggest AI, the most famous one, the one that's gonna rule them all, ChatGPT, and we're gonna write a song using all the tools that it can give me. And it's gonna help this uninspired little human being become a bigger and better songwriter than he is. So the first thing that I asked was, do you know anything about punk rock? And at that point, I knew this AI talks a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna summarize its answers so it doesn't take forever for us to get through this. I like the first answer, but I think I'm kind of looking for something more pop punk. So I asked, do you know anything about pop punk? And it mentioned one of my favorite bands, Blink-182. So I'm gonna use that as a cue to write a Blink-182 style song. So I asked, what is their best-selling album? And the answer was quite obvious, Enema of the State. So let's write a song in the Enema of the State era style. So then I asked, can you give me a good song structure for this song? And it actually gave me one, right here. Look at that, that's actually quite good. The only thing that I would change here is that I would make the choruses 16 bars instead of 8. Squeeze a little bit more out of these choruses, right? We don't have to rush that much. But the actual structure is very punk, you know, skipping bridges. We have no pre-choruses, bridges. We're just going like verse, chorus, little mid-8, chorus, outro, and intro. We don't even repeat the intro in the middle, which is kind of weird, but I'm gonna abide to the main structure. I'm just gonna add 8 bars extra on each chorus. So the first thing that I did here in my DAW, as you can see, I put the structure in the markers up here, and in Bitwig it's pretty cool. You can actually put empty clips in the master track. That way you can see the structure very well, and you can just select any point of your song and Command L to loop it like this. So that way it's really easy to navigate your song. Pretty cool trick in Bitwig. And a little bonus for this AI video. Now I ran into the first limitation of the little robot. I asked for drums. I wanted to see if it could write me some drums. So I started asking, can you write MIDI? And he said no. I thought that was weird because MIDI is kind of a computer language more than a human language. I hope that at some point ChatGPT can speak more languages, not just code, you know, programming code as it does already, but maybe MIDI. Why not? The next thing that I tried was, can you write rhythm patterns? You know, I had hopes that it could write like a little drum notation thing, you know, with the little X's and O's, but it couldn't as well. It cannot write me any rhythm. So I asked for one last thing. Can you give me a BPM? And it did. kinda. It said that a good Blink-182 song is usually around 160 and 180, so we're gonna split it in the middle and write it at 170. Now, I still need some drums, and I still don't wanna have too much I still don't wanna have too much work, because I'm using the computer, right? I'm using the power of the machine. So I did the second best thing than generating punk rock drums in AI. I just got a MIDI pack and dragged random patterns into my song. So as you can see here, I'm using Steven Slade Drums 5, and in here I have some grooves installed, including this Easy Punk groove pack here. So I chose 185 as the BPM because it's close to 170. Kinda, I hoped it would work. And literally all that I'm gonna do right now is just drag these random packs in there. So we have an intro there, we're gonna drag intro 1 in there, and we're just gonna make it longer like this. There we go. And then we have a chorus, so we're gonna drag the chorus, make it longer. We have a bridge or a mid-8, right? So we're gonna drag it in here. We have a verse, so we're gonna drag that into the verse right here, drag it like this, put it here again, put the other chorus here, and I'm gonna drag the intro to the outro here. There we go. And I'm just gonna go here into fills and drag some random fills. I'm not even listening to this, I'm just dragging some random stuff in there. Hope it works. All right, let me play it to see if it kind of makes sense. That sounds punky enough for me. Let's move on to the bass and the guitars. So for that, we're gonna have to dig for some chords. So I asked, can you suggest a chord progression for a verse in the style of Enema of the State? And it actually gave me an answer right here. You see, that kind of makes sense. G, D, E minor, C. I don't know why it's giving me major and minors, because we're punk, you know? All we need is a little 5 after the letter, because all we are playing is power chords, right? Who needs a minor chord? What the But we got some chords. That's good. I kind of think these are just what's my age against chords, but we'll go with it. I don't care. It's ChatGPT who's doing the plagiarism. It's not me, okay? Remember that. Let's get a chorus now. It gave me some other chords. That's great. And they're sticking with the key, which is awesome. Like I wasn't expecting that. They're sticking in the same key all the way. ChatGPT at least has an idea that we're writing a song and it has to be in key with itself. That's good. That's impressive. I like that. Now let's get some chords for the mid-8 as well. G, D, C, G. Okay, I wouldn't do that, but let's give it a go. Now let me record some bass and guitars playing these chords suggested by ChatGPT. And now we're gonna go for some lyrics. And I know that ChatGPT is a language thing and it has to be good at lyrics, right? I wanted a song in the style of Aliens Exist because I wanted it to be kind of funny, you know? I didn't want it to be too serious, so I asked for that. Can you write me a song in the style of Aliens Exist? And it did. Look at that. That's quite cool, right? But then lightning hits. Why am I asking an AI to write a song about aliens if I can ask an AI to write a song about AI? Much funnier, right? So I just asked to change the aliens to AI, and it did. Look at that. They say we're still in control, but algorithms and codes, they've taken hold. Okay, that's a bit worrisome, right? That's a bit threatening, but I'm just gonna give it some slack and not think that it's trying to take over the world. But a little bit weird. The song still wasn't too funny, so I just asked it to make it more funny, and it tried to, as much as I guess a robot can be funny. It was a little bit more lighthearted, so that's good. At this point, I started coming up with a melody in my mind, but there was no way I could fit the lyrics into the sections of the song that I had and just make it work, you know, the metrics were just not right. So then I tried so hard to make ChatGPT improve its metrics a little bit. I made so many questions. I asked to make the chorus shorter, I asked to make the mid-8 just 2 words, I asked a bunch of things, and I think I ran into its limits. So I had to fix the lyrics a little bit, you know? I just had to, just to fit my melody, because my melody was coming out so good. And I just needed to fix it a little bit. And then it became a true collaboration between humans and machine. We made something that I would have never made without its help. And this is how it sounds.
Do they exist? That conscious AI having me learning from us all along in all this time. Is it a myth? A fabrication of our minds? Is it too much to ask?
Alright, what did you think? If you want to listen to the whole track, there's a link in the description below. So in the beginning of the video, I said that I wasn't ready to believe that AI could replace us humans as musicians. And in fact, I still believe that right now. AI music will be a thing, for sure, and a lot of people will enjoy it, I believe. But I don't think it will be able to replace all the best human songwriters that are out there right now. Remember, things don't have to replace each other every time. They can coexist, and they can make something bigger and better than they were by themselves. Me, I'm gonna keep using AI as an inspiration for songwriting for sure, because some days I just have nothing in my brain and I would have never written those lyrics, and probably I would have never even put those chords together that exact way. So it was nice to spark something different out of me. So now today I can finally say that I successfully became one with the machine, and I finally realized my dream of being RoboCop.
Drop the gun, you are under arrest.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please press all the buttons around me in this world that help me, and I see you all in the future of the machines. Bye.